Hey everybody, welcome back to the Seller Club podcast, episode 130. Let's drop that beat.
Drop that beat, deals are hot and carts are full. Work smarter, don't play the fool. Seller Club, bring that heat. Got some habits to defeat.
What's up, Ken?
Yo. Happy Memorial Day week.
Yeah, I guess. Is Monday actually Memorial Day?
Yeah.
So this is
Today's
Memorial Day.
Yeah, this is Memorial Day. At the release of this podcast, and we hope and we believe your store's been popping.
Right, that's right.
That's the goal.
Maybe even a Memorial Day sale.
Yeah, exactly. So we were just talking about that. I feel like we have to be doing this a longer time now. It seems like I tend to forget those little nuances that we used to do when we were just starting. Again, like when you're
like paying attention to the holidays.
Right, when you're entrenched to like just doing same thing over and over again. And we are, I would say, a smart shopper, a budget shopper, Phil. What was that? Like a
value seeker.
A value seeker,
Yeah.
right? Like I think eBay sellers are value seekers. I think so, right?
I think a lot of them definitely are.
Yeah. And then we feel like we can get deals whenever we want to because, we know our coupons.
You know how to shop around.
Yeah, we know how to do best offer. As much as we hate being lowballed, we lowball people too. I'm speaking for myself.
Gotta take it out on someone, I guess.
Yeah, we gotta take it on someone. So if you've gotten a low offer from me, I'm sorry, but it's part of the game. I don't like it, but it's part of it. So what I was saying is like we know how to find deals, and that's when we forget the holiday sales. But we gotta think the people that are shopping, the buyers, the regular consumers, work on this buying flow or rhythm. Think the American consumerism mindset. They've been trained.
It's a total cycle.
Right, it's a total cycle. So I feel like we cannot forget and we need to be aware of this certain nuances. So as we were recording this, we're running some sales, sending some coupons, using some subscriber discounts, if that was what we call it, like sending offers to subscribers and stuff like that to our store. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what we've been up to.
Yeah, great time to send a newsletter with a coupon.
Yeah. Coupon goes a long way. I mean, even if it's right, like how long does it take to set up a coupon?
Oh,
5 minutes?
Yeah. Or less.
Right?
Yeah.
And like, let's just say sending it to 1,000, right? And I know we've had more than 1,000 buyers, right? Because you can set it to previous buyers.
Yeah.
And if they've had a great experience, this is a great follow-up that like, the Hustle Bee store sending me a coupon. I remember this guy, he shipped my stuff fast. So let me see what this guy had. And, here's $10 off 50.
Yeah. It's a good deal.
Yeah. So, see? I already sold Anna.
Yeah, let me go browse some of your sneakers and see what I need. For real, though, you guys listening, we know you're our fellow sellers, but you're always welcome to shop our stores and message us and say, hey, I'm one of your listeners. We would love that.
I'll just say, like, give me the Seller Club listener discount.
Right.
Ooh. Hey, we find deals. And if it's something that we paid $5 for and we're trying to ask 100, I must sell it to you for 60.
Yeah, we really should put our own coupon codes for our stores in our show notes. We've never done that. That would be pretty fun. We could do that.
We should, like a Seller Club listener.
Yeah, it's like the Clubhouse discount.
Oh, that's smart.
Ken, we're doing this.
So, this is, on the fly.
Yeah.
If you guys look at the show notes, there might be some hidden discount coupon codes down there.
That's right.
So.
Yes, the show notes will be created after we're done recording this, so there's still time for us to add this in for real.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Well, we are still missing Glenn on paternity leave right now, but nevertheless, we are going to attempt a Hustler Hack style episode without him today.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be flattered by that.
Yep.
But are you ready, Ken? Because I guess in this scenario, I get to play Glenn a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So
which is fun.
We're doing like a top 10 thing, right? That's very Hustler Hack style. And I don't have a clue what the top 10 is. So
yeah, you have no idea. Or as Glenn would say, exactly.
Exactly.
I miss him.
yeah. So we'll get him on soon. We'll some way maybe ambush him on his whatnot shows and record a podcast while he's doing it or something.
That'd be quite an editing job. Just try to squeeze a whole episode out of little interactions.
Give him a question every time he runs something.
That'd be pretty funny.
So yeah, I'm ready. Real, raw, quick response.
Okay.
Let's see if I still have it.
I know. So here we go, Ken. Our top 10 is top 10 reasons why reselling is for quitters.
Oh, that's a contrasting statement right there.
Isn't it?
Why reselling is for quitters. Golly. Right. I already know. That statement holds true because I quit my job.
You're like, well, I started out by quitting something, so that does actually make sense. Okay, so like the way that I constructed this list is basically 10 things that I've quit doing as a reseller.
Okay.
So think of it that way. It's not as much your origin story, but so these are so I'm already showing my hand with where I stand on these things, but I'll explain a little bit more. But I just want to hear your take on these and if they're also things you've quit or if you think they're things that people should quit.
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
All right, so the first one is quit caring what other people think at the checkout.
At the checkout?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so when you're sourcing.
When you're sourcing.
Okay. That's definitely a must. That is a must for a real reseller. Yeah.
So it's like literally at the checkout and figuratively in this case. For me, like I have quit caring what other shoppers think. You get the side eye from other shoppers when you've got a giant pile of stuff to check out. Probably because they're in a hurry and they have someplace to be and they're behind you.
That's one.
Also, salty cashiers and clerks who are like onto your game and they don't appreciate that you're probably reselling things. Do you ever encounter that?
Or they're like, I gotta take sensors off of 50 items.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, that's part of the job.
You're like, you're selling those 50 items. So, yep. And then also the figurative side of it is like, just kind of in general what people think. Maybe it's your friends or your family members that just maybe they don't think what you're doing is like cool or they don't think it's legitimate or they don't think it's a real business.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah. You gotta quit caring what all those people think.
If you don't have doubters, you're not doing anything significant.
Okay, this is not your top 10 list. But I do like that. On the top.
See, you gotta keep Glenn. You gotta keep me boxed in and not let me get out of this.
Don't you dare drop a one-liner in the middle of it. No, I'm just kidding. That's a hot take right there, though. That's a good one. We may have to pontificate on that one later. Yeah.
Because, and here's the thing. Here's the I think the opposite of what's gonna happen. The moment you stop caring, is the moment you start being a pursuant of trying to build a relationship with that store, that cash register, and stuff like that. Because if your mind is so like, oh, I wonder what they're thinking about me, or like if you're so hyper aware with those things, then you're not noticing all the different stuff that you could be doing to help your case.
Yeah. So it's a distraction.
Right. You're distracting yourself from building a positive relationship because there's been multiple times that, I get busted as a reseller, right? And then next thing you know, they ask, hey, give me your number. I'll let you know when our next restock.
Right.
or when our next shipment is, or when we're gonna have a sale, then that would be a missed opportunity if you start hiding, right? Some people hide.
Yeah.
Some people like put headphones, pretend that they're like on a call or busy doing something to just
take the focus off or take the spotlight off.
I've seen those.
And you're saying
those.
Use that to your advantage
100%.
And just be upfront about it. I totally agree, because I think in most of those cases, caring so much what other people think is going to, more times than not, kind of convince you to play smaller.
Yeah.
And that is not helping you, and it really has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
So even if they have an opinion about it, it really doesn't, it's none of their business, like it doesn't matter. The person it affects is you.
Yeah.
And so you have to, you're the one who's in charge of like regulating that. If you care about, other people's opinions or the side eye they're giving you or whatever. A game I like to play sometimes when I'm tempted to do that is to just assume that whatever is going on with their face or their comments is not about me. Assume that it's a them thing, and that if it is a me thing, that they are required to have the courage and audacity to actually bring it up and talk to me about it. I'm not allowed to, fabricate in my mind whatever their opinion might be or what they might be thinking or feeling about what I'm doing, because they didn't even tell me. So I'm not going to assume about them, and I'm not going to assume it's about me. But that is number one. Okay, you ready for number two?
Let's do it.
Okay. You got to quit buying stuff just because it's cheap.
The main reason why people have unlimited death piles.
Yeah. So why? But it's so cheap. But it's 10 cents, Ken.
Right.
Why shouldn't I buy every 10-cent item I can find?
Unless you have a factory of listers or photographers, those inventory cannot be converted to potential sales, if it's not uplisted. So then you're gonna be stuck with higher quantity, higher listing, but also at the same time, potentially could lower your average sale price. And that's one of the things that you have to factor in, right? Like this is how I see it. How many items can I list per day? Can I ship per day? Can I photograph per day? Right? As a solo and duo operator, family ran business, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
If you cannot increase your listing output, you shouldn't increase your buying capability or buying stuff, because even if it's 10 cents, it takes, let's say you're gonna make $20 on that 10-cent buy, right? It's gonna take the same amount of time to list a $50 buy,
time and effort,
but you could sell for $100.
Yep.
Right. So that's what you got. That's where the rhythm comes in. Like, am I in the listing mode? If I'm on the listing mode, I'm gonna be more confident buying more quantity because they're cheap.
Yeah.
But if I'm not in a listing mode, I'd rather buy 2 or 3 items, because it's like, man, I'm the season where I'm at right now, I'm kind of lazy. I'm kind of like wanting to do more outdoor stuff and not
or you're just trying to protect your ASP.
That too.
Because it will factor into that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I found myself, using this little question, like if I'm at a yard sale or something, because realistically, there are things I'm on the fence about that are 10 cents at a yard sale. I'm like, I don't know, this is a cool item.
Right.
I don't really know the comps on it, or maybe it's just, for me, it's like usually, okay, this is like a vintage thing that is a neat object, but it wasn't really valuable in the first place, and it's not super rare. There's a lot of them around, but it is cool. It is, an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Well, I asked myself, would I pay $10 for this and flip it? If it was that cool or that interesting.
Yeah, you should be willing to pay more.
Right. But if I'm like, well, no, I'm only willing to buy it because it's 10 cents and it's kind of a cool item, like, then that's probably not going to make the cut.
Yeah. That is so true because, again, it's going to cost you the same amount of time to list it, cost you the same label, the same label that you would
shipping supplies.
Right, supplies.
Yep. Time, effort, inventory management through the lifespan of that item.
Because I think unless you're trying to build a factory, like a home operation, it's got to think a lot about efficiency of time and storage, right? Like, for example, like our goal back then was only to sell shoes.
Yeah.
And then it pivoted to loving more clothing because I realized, like, golly, like, if I only did shoes, my inventory value would be capped at 400,000.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most I could fit. But then I realized, like, golly, a shoebox could fit 10 pairs of apparel.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, at $40 each, that's $400 worth of listed value compared to $100.
Right.
So that's like 4x on the space of a shoebox. So I think you got to have a mindset of like, okay, trying to find your constraint about listing and storage. And then both of those will require time. So
for sure.
You have to quit buying it just because it's cheap. There has to be more parameters that you have to follow.
Well, yeah, and to kind of harken back to our episode last week, this is also assuming that your goal is not just to build a business, but also to have a life. Because otherwise, you know, your time is no object, but it should be an object. Your time is another resource you have to budget, just like your money. So, you know, an effort. Like for me, I'm the most lax probably about the effort part of it. It's like, okay, well, I don't mind doing a little extra work, except for the fact that that work takes me time.
Right.
You know?
And when it's cheap, that means you can buy more. That's always the thing, right? It doesn't stop at the cheap. It stops with the it starts with the cheap and ends with the quantity.
Yeah, right.
Right? Like now, like let's say I have $100 to spend and I start paying for $1 and then all of a sudden I have 100 items. 100 items. That's a lot to list and photograph in a day. Just not thinking about quantity. You know, same item times 100. It's easier to list, but still you got to look at it. It's like it's not the easiest to sell either.
Yeah.
So once you're handling more quantity, there's just more considerations you have to make.
Yeah, there are. Okay, well, number 3. Yeah, so quit that one. Number 3 is kind of a similar take, a little bit different of an issue, but quit buying stuff just because it's a certain brand. And what I don't mean quit buying Adidas because you hate Adidas. I mean, I'm only buying this thing because it's Nike or because it's Free People or because it's fill in the blank.
That's true.
Why is that true?
Because in a brand, there's still a retail value on certain things, right? Like for example, like Nike shorts, there are like women's shorts that are $30 retail, but there are women's shorts that are $90 retail. So if they're, like I would, like when I'm doing bulk buy, that's when I'm very hyper aware because I've learned a lesson. We bought like 3,000 pairs of shorts, women's shorts.
So many shorts.
Just because they were Nike. And then I didn't realize that I would say 80% of them have really low. I consider it a low-end Nike product.
Yep.
And not just that, they have terrible size runs.
Yeah.
They were mostly small and extra small.
Yep.
So there goes that. Beyond the brand, there has to be, I think, you got a brand, you get I guess the retail value comes with the style and the material, right?
And sometimes the color, there can be a big difference between colors.
Yeah, like for
with
example,
the same
like
product.
yeah, for like men's shorts right now, like super basic. Give
Yeah.
me beige, black, red, and blue. If it's pink, trust me, I've bought some pink shorts.
So
and
many.
They're not moving. I mean, there's only so few men that are comfortable wearing pink
Hey,
shorts.
maybe that Clubhouse discount can extra apply to the pink
If
shorts.
y'all want pink and orange shorts and fuchsia shorts, I got you.
Fuchsia's
You might
great.
get it at cost.
You might. Yeah. Also, for, my ilk of reseller with pre-loved or used items, like, you also can't buy something because of the brand, like, irrespective of the condition. If it's in bad condition, it's in bad condition.
Right. That's
and
true.
unless it's like, an original
Unless
Levi's,
it's like vintage or something like that, right?
An absolute grail item.
Yeah.
You really have to weigh in, okay, this thing is ripped, this thing is stained, this thing is going to require repairs or like significant cleaning costs. Like, that is, to me, carries a heavier weight than the brand alone.
Yeah, so I 100% agree. You gotta quit just because of the brand. And again, my, like, just all my bad experience are, a lot of it has to do with sizing too. Buying small men's, extra small women's. Like, yeah, you'll sell some, but majority of the people are not on that. So it's just your target audience shrinks so much.
Yeah.
And, kind of just like, and they're just generally cheaper, like, that's just how the market dictates, right? That's all the market can hold. Like,
but that's why, there's so much nuance though too. Like, I was just thinking, okay, but if it's an $800 snowsuit, and it's $20 and it's an extra small, I'm buying that.
I actually just I bought a 2XS.
Wow.
Because it was like a $400 coat.
Exactly.
And I paid $30 for it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, a supermodel. That
you're probably willing to wait for the one person to pay $400.
That one's
right?
fine, but don't tell me, like, if I found 100 of them, like, this is me. If I find them now, I'll buy 2 the most per.
Yeah.
Bad sizing, great brand.
Right.
But now I'm not buying 10 of them.
Yeah, like, and in that case, it's more about the value, not the brand necessarily.
Yeah.
Right? Like, not the brand alone. But also, you probably wouldn't have paid $200 for it.
No,
you'd pay $30.
Yeah. It has to be cheap, and it has to be high retail, and again, that's just, those are, I would say, those are add-ons to your business.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are the sprinkles.
Yeah, and I always ask myself, like, can I find a better size tomorrow, the next day, the next week? And if I say I cannot, like, I've never seen this brand go this cheap, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like major collabs, high-end Nikes and stuff like that. Like, I'd buy one. I'd buy one really cheap, 80 to 90% off. So that's kind of just like my thoughts on brands.
All right. You ready for number 4?
Let's do it.
Quit overcomplicating it. I'm just going to say this one to myself 12 times a day every day. Because honestly, there's something about, okay, I'm thinking about not just me, but other people too, as a new entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You just inherently think that to be a more serious business, you got to be more complicated. And that's not true.
No.
That is a lie. Are there a lot of like learning curves and nuances you have to learn? Sure. But as far as your own actual processes, you got to make it, not just make it simple, but keep it simple and then simplify it more and then simplify it more.
That's the KISS method, right? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, keep it simple,
stupid.
Yeah.
You have to have that, because creating your processes in your business simple makes you feel like a genius. Right? Like, if I only had to do addition every day, great. Now start asking me the square root of something
Yeah.
multiplied by the power of 5.
Yeah. You're like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten
Gone.
myself into? And I have to do this every time?
Right, right, exactly. So that is the method of kind of like how our shipping has evolved.
Yeah.
Now we use 4 size of boxes.
Yeah.
4
Super
size
simple.
of boxes. That's it. I know
Easy.
how. Yeah.
Easy
And then it's
decision
super
making.
predictable, right? Predictable.
Right.
It's like, okay, every week I gotta
Yeah.
order 100 of these,
Yep.
100 of that, and then we only use two sizes of poly bags.
Yeah.
So
it's more predictable. You
Yeah.
are not wasting your energy making decisions over and over. You
Yeah.
already know what the decision is, right?
yeah,
You know what to do. Also, I've always heard this in the context of like sales or like sales training or
Yeah.
something like that. The confused mind says no.
yeah,
And so that is so true when it comes to making decisions in your business or even just like running a daily operation, like shipping all your items. If you don't
Right.
have like, it's not about making a bunch of rigid rules just for the sake of like boxing yourself in. It's freeing your brain.
yeah,
It's freeing your time and your effort when you have a simple process that you don't have to
right.
reconstruct or rethink about every time you go to do it.
Yeah,
So-
do the thinking on the more important. For example, like kind of like the process that we are right now.
Yeah.
I use the thinking more on the pricing strategy and the buying strategy of the business.
Yeah.
The listing process, the shipping process, it's the most basic. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Like, because, put it this way, I could cut costs if I added 2 or 3 more size boxes. 40-50 cents per box.
Yeah.
But do I want to complicate our shipping station more and trying to, like, and if JC says like, hey, we got to reorder boxes, I just say which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Or like 6, 7, 8, 9, and then all of a sudden there's just more, right?
Yeah.
So that is kind of like the mentality, like put all your energy more on stuff that really needs more kind of like what we talked about, the buying of brands, right? Like that takes kind of like more analytical, right? You got to look at comps, you got to look at the variation of things and how fast. Like I'd rather think, like I would think more there. That's kind of like where the thinking happens more.
Yeah.
But when shipping, like put it this way, we use 3 different color tapes right now.
Yeah.
Blue is for FedEx.
I love that.
Green is for USPS. Red is for UPS. Because we've had instances of dropping off the wrong package in the wrong drop-off station.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is complicated. So now we buy the eBay tape that we get from our subscription discount. So there's 4 colors. So I get to use 3 of them. And we don't literally we don't make mistakes now.
Yeah.
Because it's red. Like, I'd be so dumb to take a red package tape FedEx. Like.
I know. I need to implement that because I think it's a really cool idea. I mean, 95% of my packages go to USPS, but it would still be helpful just to make sure.
Right. Like, just make sure, right? And that's kind of like the simplicity, right? Like it's not hard.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like distinction. It's just that way I don't have to think. I don't have to look at my packages. Where does this package go?
Yeah.
It's already kind of like it looks different.
And even other things like having your top 3 tools that you use all the time hanging on the wall next to your shipping station, not having to dig around in a drawer for stuff.
Yep.
Like that is so simple, but it makes your process so simple.
Yeah.
There's no question. There's no time wasted. There's no mental friction.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. This next one, I'm glad you mentioned dropping off all your different packages because you're going to fight me on this one. Quit driving to drop off your packages is my number 5. And let me just asterisk that because this one is really, I quit driving to the post office every day to drop off my 95% USPS packages. So I realize that is not possible for everyone. Like, if you do a lot of FedEx and UPS, like, even for me, I still have to drop off FedEx and UPS like a couple times a week.
Right.
But I'm not driving to the post office every day when I have a very reliable free pickup that I can schedule every day.
Yeah.
So this one comes with some caveats.
Yeah,
but
I think if you have a good pickup scenario, because like you gotta try it, right? Like you gotta try it somehow, and then you have to again find a reliable one that will scan it, because some people don't scan it. I don't really know how this works, because some people get paid for pickup extra, some people don't. I don't know how it's structured, right? Like some. But there was one time, the issue is when we did it, because during like, I would say 22, 23, we did some pickups.
Yeah.
They would run out of space on trucks when we did a lot of boxes. So because like, you know how like, okay, pick this guy's package up on your way to your route, then it might be halfway in their route and half of their truck is still full and they only have space for half.
Right.
That is a friction, because then all of a sudden I'm like he can only pick up half, and then what's gonna do with the half? Like, I still have to go.
You still have to go, so you might as well have
that
just
is
taken
the
them all
issue.
earlier.
Yeah, that is the issue. And then again, for some people, if your post office is far, then you really don't have a choice, right?
Yeah, if they won't.
Right.
Well,
like,
and in my case, my carrier she's like an on-foot carrier. So she delivers all the mail first and scopes out how many packages and where, and then she comes around and picks them up with the truck after she delivers all the mail.
Yeah, that's definitely location-based stuff,
right?
Right?
There's a lot of different ways that they do their routes. So
you
it may
gotta,
not apply to you.
So you gotta quit doing the hard way.
Yeah.
Whatever
the hardest way is, quit doing that. Why do you think people do it the hard way? Like, what is it that keeps people doing it the hard way?
It's because it's just they don't want change.
It's habit.
Yeah, it's habit. And it's, if you're driving out of your way, then there has to be like a more in-depth issue of like, no, you just don't want change, right? I do drive 10 minutes further out from our gym to drop off FedEx, but it is a FedEx hub. And these are for authenticity guarantee items. So when it gets there, usually the next day it's in the hub. It's in the authenticity facility. So you know how like, if it's a kind of like a storefront retailer FedEx, you drop it off, then that one has to get picked up by a truck, and it goes to your city hub, and then from your city hub, then it goes to
the regional,
or where it goes next. Ours comes from our city hub, goes straight to authenticity guarantee.
Wow.
So that is because I'm assuming they're collecting all the ones that are going to authenticity guarantee from Cincinnati's, sales or Cincinnati's. Right. So that's why I do that. Because it cuts off, because authenticity guarantee adds more time. Then that's kind of like my gift.
Your way to mitigate the extra time a little
faster.
Bit.
Like we just drop off something on a Friday and it already got authenticated on Monday. Yeah. So it's like 3 days authentication, and then the buyer gets so that's kind of like, like you gotta figure out like that location is important, right? Like you gotta figure out like how many bounces, track your own shipment and see where it goes. Yeah.
Well, in that case, it's like you're doing it. It's a little bit harder, but it's for a big benefit. It's worth doing
it's
it
customer,
for customer service.
It's that's the thing that and also it works with your handling time. You gotta figure out your handling time. Right. We ship daily, so we bought this house because it's like half a mile from the USPS, and then I have back access, and then they scan my sheet as soon as I drop it off.
Yeah.
So it's like, so, that's.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Well, and again, I think I'm going to change this one to just be quit doing it the hard way, because there's a lot. That's really the heart of the matter, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think about the old classic example Glenn and I both love to tell of cutting out and taping our labels instead of getting a label printer. That's doing it the hard way.
No, I don't know if he does it still now.
No, surely not.
No, he doesn't. But he scans his package individually. And he does it. I don't know why. Again, that's the And he even said he goes to a different post office just for the ease of access that they give him the scanner. So that might be what you need to do. If you don't get back, if you cannot get back access to where you're at and you're dropping a lot, find a different post office, because it's usually there's another one. So again, that's how, even though it's close, if they're giving you a hard time, go further.
Yeah. Well, and I think just in general, right, really broadly, generally speaking, efficiency, sometimes it feels like, okay, well, it's like a luxury to schedule a pickup, or it's a luxury to not do this manual thing myself. And it's like, but the amount of time and energy it saves you is worth it, especially the way that compounds in your work week and in your life. Okay, so let me recap the first 5.
Yep.
Quit caring what other people think at the checkout or in general. Quit buying stuff just because it's cheap. Quit buying stuff just because it's a certain brand. Quit overcomplicating it, and quit doing it the hard way. Okay.
I like that. Halftime.
Okay. So number 6, quit nickel and diming your inventory purchases. And what I'm saying it as the alternative is care about your ACOGs and your ASPs. Average cost of goods, average sale price.
Yeah, that is a barrier for a lot of people.
It really is.
And I get it. I get it when you're just starting, when you're dealing with 20 items and you're still trying to find your footing on stuff. And I've seen this. Like I've actually learned this from people that do bins, garage sale, and everything like that. They average it, right? Like it's easier to average it in general. When you're doing that, and then I've actually applied that to my purchases. That because there are higher buy costs when I buy stuff, but it evens it out.
Yeah.
Can I share the load of this one item that I'm not really sure, but could potentially bring a high return?
Right. And it's like you can still have a record of what you actually paid for that item if you want to go back and look and see what should I not buy again in the future.
Yes.
Okay, great. Maybe you overpaid for stuff, but if you're generally day-to-day, back of the envelope thinking about your store and your sales, like what's my average sale price, it makes sense to think what's my average cost of goods.
Yeah.
So at least know all of those numbers and don't only know, well, I definitely paid $2.35 for this.
Yeah.
It's like the way that that your store actually functions as a collection of inventory selling through is way more important in the big picture.
Yeah, because the statistics that you're going to get, right? You got average sale price, and even you have your selling cost percentage.
Yep.
The selling cost percentage don't care which percentage it is. Like as long as you're, again, that's what the income statement does, right? As long as the bottom is profit, then it definitely, if really works. I think that a lot of people's hang up is they want to kind of like keep score on their wins, like individually.
Yeah.
I used to do that before, but over time I just kept buying the same kind of like quality and quantity of items. So I was like, up to this point, I'm like, I usually, like, after a receipt, I look at it, how many quantity divided by, like, how much did I pay divided by the average quantity, and I was like, 22? Oh, that's what I usually pay for jackets.
Right.
So I kind of would, if you still wanna have a lot more pulse to what you're buying, group them, right? Average group them, right? Like, okay, like shorts, I try to stay under $15.
Yeah.
Sneakers, I try to, sneakers, kind of like everyday shoes, under 50.
Right.
You could do that, right? Like, and I've seen you do it with your thrifted items and your retail items. You
and
have
there's
to do that.
there's a corresponding like, well, I'm trying to keep shorts under 15 because on average I sell them for 40 or whatever. So it's like those two numbers should have a relationship, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I love to keep track of the specifics because it's just fun. Like, oh yeah, I paid $5 for this and sold it for 300 and whatever. But when I'm actually sourcing and I'm thinking about running a healthy business and flushing in new inventory month after month, or if I'm like bidding on stuff at an estate auction is a great example. Well, I don't really know. I put my max bid in for all these things, but it's going to help me a lot if I score this amazing lot for $3 because no one else cares about it. But then maybe I'm willing to pay $10 more on another lot because I paid so little on this other one, right? So, like, we're making those little calculations all the time. But I think it's a difference of, are you tracking your wins to kind of celebrate and enjoy your work? Or are you stressed out, nickel and diming every purchase? There's a difference between those things.
Exactly.
Okay. Number 7 is quit hanging your hat on the number of items listed.
Ooh, I like that.
I figured you'd like that one.
That was
Where are you hanging your hat?
listed value, baby.
That's right. Listed value.
Yeah, that was definitely an awakening moment.
Yes.
When it was our first year. It was because the listed value theory or parameter came because when I started, I only had $500 when I started it, and I wanted to go all in. And the easiest and fastest way I could figure it out is whatever's listed, that's my max income. That's my max revenue.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I need to do 6 figures this year, I gotta have 6 figures listed.
At least.
In value. At least, right? And that's assuming that everything sells within a year.
Yeah.
Right? So that is the mentality of it. And reality hits, not everything will sell within that year. Right? So now you're thinking like, okay, can I sell my store, in 2 years, in 3 years, right? Like,
5,
can I
7,
turn my store
9 years?
Right. And that's what you got to figure out, right? Like, because again, you're limited in time. Resources are limited, right? Because most people, you got to hit a limit, right? Either your storage, your time,
your capacity,
in your
some
finances,
kind of capacity,
right? To buy, right? Like, if you have $1 million and if you have 100 square foot warehouse, you're limited with time, and you're gonna be limited with employee, because it's not the easiest way to find an employee that could list as fast as you.
Yeah.
Just plain out simple, right? So, do you want to be a manager of people or a manager of your own time? So, there's pros and cons, but yeah, that was a very I would say very common back in the day, or at least just I've heard. I'm like, how many listings you got? And I'm like, golly, people got 2,000, 3,000 listings. And Lil Hustle I was like, I have 300 listings.
Yeah.
But
they're selling.
No, but my, there was a point my ASP was at like 250.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I was like, the 300 listings was like 75,000 listed. I was like, golly, like, and then, I was like, okay, like, what's relevance? And it's like, and then I started asking, like, okay, if you're gonna tell me how many listings you have, like, how much do you do? Right? You don't say like, oh, I sell 10 items a day, because usually, you sell like, And it's funny because this was punk B. This is what Glenn would call punk B because like I was just young. I run my mouth and everything like that. I'm competitive in nature, and that's when I started like, oh, post your screenshot of your 90-day. And then that's when I start running their ASP, and I'm like, oh, like you have a lot of listings, but your 90 days is not there. That means your ASP is really low. Yeah. Right. So I was like, okay, like, and then for me,
or your sell-through is really low.
Right. Yeah, we've been the slowest lister. Like I would say we're fast now, but our progression was slow, just because it wasn't our thing. Like we're not data encoders by nature.
Yeah,
like me and my wife are not data encoder.
That's so true.
Yeah, like but some people like could type fast. Like I type super slow. Like I could dictate and copy paste faster than me typing.
Yeah, for sure.
So 100% agree. Like and it's not for telling other people. I think it's telling yourself that this is the value. Because again, right, like put it this way, if you want to sell your business, really in the e-commerce space, the value of your business is technically the value of your inventory.
Yeah.
And that's how you got to see it.
Right. Of course.
Yeah. So
I mean, that makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
I think like I used to hang my hat on that because I just was in the mode of building up my store and my goals for like making a bigger amount of profit was just have a bigger inventory. And it was really, that was very simple and straightforward. And I just drove at it very hard for years.
You kept it simple.
I did. However, now I do still think about like on a weekly basis when I'm listing, like I think it's still valuable in this way where you can say, I want to list at least like 20 things today or whatever. But for me, that's more so a function of I know how much time it takes me to photograph and list an item. And I'm like, what's a reasonable amount of work for me to do today on this part of my business? And so I'm using like rough numbers like that. Yeah. Like, okay, well, I should be able to get 10 listings done. No problem. Right. Yeah. But it's not like for the sake of getting 10 new listings. It's because that's a bite-sized chunk of work for today.
That's not the whole picture, right? That's not the whole picture. Right?
Yes. I'm not applying it to the big picture anymore. I'm looking at listed value.
I think the listings could be a habit builder, right? Because 10 listings, I mean, we think of listings as like we gotta list everything today. Yeah. Like that's kind of like how we think about it. But when we think of quantity, we kind of look at it as a replenishment standpoint of view. It's like, oh, we sold 100 over the weekend. I gotta find 100 things to list to cover that. But in also knowing that the 100 listings was actually $10,000 worth of inventory listed value. So can I find 100 and cover 10,000 to replenish my inventory value, or can I get 50 items for $10,000 listed value, right? Like, so I think it's gotta be both. I would say this, quit being quantity or listing driven. You gotta do both. Yeah. And then that's when you see your ASP, right? Like it's easier now. Before it wasn't there. If you go through your sales tab, go to your performance, you'll see your listed value, your average sale price.
Right. So yeah, and again, it's like knowing both numbers really, really protects you from having blind
cheating.
Spots. From cheating.
Yeah, from cheating yourself. Because like you know, like I need to replenish 100. I could be like, oh, I could list 100 socks with 5 listings with 20 each.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Then I accomplished. I made myself feel good, but
you're like, okay, technically, right. Yeah. That's not great for the habit forming side of it, for sure.
Yeah.
Trying to find the shortest route, right?
Yeah,
the shortcut for the day.
Yeah, and again, usually we're humans. We try to do that all the time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we try to do it. It's like, oh, like I just gotta feel good today. I just list 20 items, but like in reality, it was 2 listings with 10 quantity each.
Yeah. You're like, okay, does that really count?
Yeah.
Okay, well, number 8.
Okay.
I'm not sure if your response to this is going to be very short or very long.
Okay.
So I think it could go either way. But number 8 is quit working 24/7.
All right. If you're under 7 years in business, you can't quit working 24/7.
Okay, why? Why is that the magic number?
I think.
Is that what the 7 is? 24 hours a day for 7 years?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's actually a good one. 24/7.
Yeah.
So put it this way. There's a big statistics that 90% of business don't last over 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So after 3 years, you
made it.
You made it, right?
You're gonna exist.
You've survived.
Yeah.
But the goal is not to just survive. You got to thrive.
Yeah.
After that,
so then you got to do 3 more years getting to beyond survival.
4 more years.
4. Okay.
You got 4 years to thrive, right? And then after 7 years, you go back and work 9 to 5. So that is my don't quit working 24/7 until you're past 7 years. And that's
so
because,
I should have quit working 24/7 2 years ago.
Certain people learn fast, certain people learn slower, and that's just saying 7 years. That's a lot of that's a lot of movement, right? Like within 7 years, we've moved houses. We've moved once.
True.
You've moved 4 times.
So many times.
so you know what I'm saying? And then that's what I say. Like
yeah.
And that just goes to show that things take time.
They do.
And yeah, you're gonna. That's my take. That's my take.
Well,
24/7 for 7 years.
I think that this one, I still stand by that you should quit working 24/7, even if you haven't made it to the 7-year mark, because if you are doing, better and smarter than I did when I was starting my business and, running hard after my goals for years, you're going to be more efficient than I was way before I was,
true.
Right? So
Basically, like, if you've learned from our mistakes,
yes,
you should be
exactly.
fine after 3.
I think with the extra time or the time that you're recouping, like, yes, of course you can reinvest that freed up bandwidth and time and resources into your store some more, but I am a big believer in having a life, and so I would advise that you split the difference and you take some of that time back for yourself a little bit. Not like, okay, so I've been running this business and now I'm going to work 5 hours a week for the rest of all time. Like, no.
Yeah, so
not like that.
You could do 24/7 3.
24/7 3.
Yeah.
Well, and also, like,
Or,
I also think you have to capture your excitement about starting the business and run with that as long as you can.
right.
But the thing I don't want people to do is to get burned out or to just honestly be in the habit of working all the time so much that they don't know what else they like or they don't take the time to enjoy their life.
So that's where I'm at 24/7 9.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build a life.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, there is definitely a tolerance of sacrifice within your, that's the key word, your personal fulfillment and satisfaction. That I've always thought that 7-figure was the mark to chase.
Yeah.
For like a small business. Like a 2-3 person operation household. And then I realized it's like nobody really is doing that, right? Unless it's not normal.
Yeah.
I realized it's not normal. Then all of a sudden you gotta realign your goals and stuff like that. Because again, shoot for the stars, but if the stars not, if you can't ride a plane to reach the stars, then it ain't happening, Holmes. You know, like that's you know, you gotta get on a rocket to get there.
Yeah.
So one is I don't want to get on a rocket, so that's why I've readjusted and again, like, what are the other things that you want to do? And I think that's very valuable because yeah, there's definitely some burnt out times in our journey that when you go so hard and you need some relaxation and you want to unplug, then you don't have anything to do because you don't know what to do.
You don't know. Yeah, and
That's
you
all
kind of
you know
don't know yourself.
No,
Yeah.
no, that sucks.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I think it's really fun to be a business owner in a lot of ways, but yeah, that just like anything else that you pour a lot of yourself into, it's easy to just default to whatever that thing is, whether it's your business or your job or another role that you have, to become your whole identity. And
Yeah.
you're a whole person. Like, one thing is not your whole identity.
Yeah, your work, your business.
Yeah. So
only should be half of you.
Except for the first 7 years.
Except for the first 7 years.
Yeah. No, that's pretty funny. Okay, well, this is this next one, number 9, kind of is related to that one in a way, but it's to quit comparing yourself or your store to others, because the only true place for comps is when you're sourcing.
Oh, I like that.
Don't comp yourself or your store.
Unless you want to beat somebody in the exact situation. And
yes, unless you want to unlock your competitive nature.
You can under the same rules.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, it's like running a 100-meter dash with same age. Kind of like in high school sports. If you're in high school sports, yeah, like if you're high school, like a junior could outrun a sophomore.
Sure.
Like
or like wrestling, you gotta play
be a
within your weight class. Yeah.
right? Like it's gotta be healthy. Like you cannot try to, like I said, you cannot try to go with people that are trying to reach the stars riding a rocket while you're in a helicopter or a plane.
Right.
Like I think most of my frustrations were because of that, and I think they were unnecessary, like looking back at it, and that's when it's not helping anybody.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a little bit of a counterintuitive one for a podcast where we constantly talk about our own stores and compare notes, but comparing notes is different than comparing yourself.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, like, it's very you gotta pick certain metrics that are relevant.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for example, like sales conversion. I think that's very comparable with, it doesn't matter what you sell.
Yeah, what size or what
it doesn't,
ASP,
right? Your sale yeah, like it doesn't matter, like your traffic is got to be relevant to the amount of items you have. Right? Like, so if I have a 5,000 unit store, like, it has to be relevant.
Of course you're gonna have more traffic,
right? It has to be relevant to somebody.
To look at.
Yeah. That's you have to. It has to be relevant. I would say a healthy. I would say compare. If you really want to compare, it has to be within 20% of parameter shift. Meaning, if this guy's working 12-hour days, I think I could compare myself if I am working at 10-hour days.
Gotcha.
You know,
so
like,
it's got to be really close, like same weight class, basically.
Right.
You're not going to be identical, but you're going to be functioning basically the same. And let me ask you this. If you're able to even ascertain all of that information about somebody else's business,
that's tough.
What are you going to do with the comparison once you make it? What's the point?
It has to be, for example, like, if I compare myself to somebody 20% ahead of me, it has to be relevant to the outcome that I want, right? if somebody's 20% doing better than me with kind of like the same listings and everything like that, and they're unhealthy and sick all the time, don't have time for a family, I don't want to be that. Like I'll be 20% less.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
well, they are working 2 extra hours compared to
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. That's like and it has to be so marginal that my point of view that it needs to be more of a compounding gain than just a sprint game, right? Like, let's say, like, okay, if he's working 2 hours more every day, if I just work extra 30, will it compound over time and just be more efficient?
Yeah,
right.
And maybe that 30 minutes isn't going to cost you your health, or your relationships.
Yeah, that is the thing. Like, I would point out, like, what are they missing out on, and is it worth the 20%?
Right.
And that's what I say, because like there's people that are doing double, triple numbers, but missing out on everything.
See,
and I don't want to miss out on everything.
And this is exactly why I think I'm sticking with just quit comparing yourself, because it would be really hard to get an accurate picture to compare to yourself on all of those aspects, right? But even if you did gather information about all these different areas of their business and their life and their health and how they're spending their time and their personal satisfaction, you wouldn't know that you had the whole picture even if you had it. You know what I mean?
It's hard to.
I think the shorthand is just don't compare yourself.
Compare yourself to your previous self.
Yes, learn from other people and their businesses, but even as you're comparing notes, taking notes on what they're doing, however you want to look at it, you have to add in the grain of salt, the fact that you're not identical and that there are factors that you can't even know about, that you can't even factor in when you're deciding, okay, it's really important that I do exactly what they're doing, or that I change what I'm doing based on what I see them doing, right? You have to factor that in.
I know the answer. I know the answer to comparison.
What is it?
eBay gave it to us.
Oh.
eBay gave it to us.
What is it?
On your performance tab, right? Whether it's traffic or your sales. You look at it. Let's just say if you go to your performance tab, you click sales. It says compared to same period in the prior months. Compared to same period last year.
Comparing it to your
that's
own.
The only way you're allowed to compare.
I was just going to say, I don't think there's a life satisfaction score on the performance tab.
Yeah. So that's kind of like how I gauge it.
Yeah.
Analytically. Because like we've talked about it before, you might feel like your store is slow, but technically it might be doing better this year if it's compared. So
listen, it's really hard for me to remember what was going on exactly a year
ago.
I don't
really
remember.
Right? Like
I need the
I would say
tab to tell me.
Put it this way. I would say I'll take this year over last year in the first 5 months of the year. And here's the ugly truth. My sales are down 13% compared to the same exact last year.
Wow. But you're having a better year.
Am I willing to give up 13% to get this better quality of life? Hell
you betcha.
Yeah. So there's what I think that's it. I think that is the answer. Look at your whatever parameter you want, compare it to yourself previous year. Right? Let's say like how many vacations you take this year, how many birthday parties you attend this year, how many how many times did you take your parents out this year, how many times did you date your wife this year, your spouse, how many times you had hangouts with your friends,
how many flavors of Jenny's ice cream did you consume?
Ooh,
your new favorite metric.
I've been a lot this year because I took my parents, I took my sister, and then
okay, next time you're in St. Louis, we got to go to Clementine's.
Okay, and see if it's better?
Yes.
You think it's better?
I'm not going to weigh in on that at the current time.
Oh.
But I want you to try it.
I took you to Jenny's, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'd go to Jenny's in the South, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jenny's is awesome. Shout
Yeah,
out. If you want to
yeah.
sponsor the podcast, Jenny's, we love you.
That's a great idea.
Are you ready for the last one?
Okay, let's do it.
Quit blaming the platform.
Oh, I've said this on my first podcast ever.
Quit blaming the platform?
Yeah. That was my biggest harp on people saying like, "Oh, eBay's slow. I'm like, it's never the platform.
Yeah.
It's never the platform. Unless it's a platform crashes and nobody.
Yes. I think I won't go so far as to say it's never the platform, but it's never only the platform. That's kind of what I would say, because there is a difference between blaming and assigning responsibility. And this is like a fine line that a lot of people, I think, are not really well versed in drawing. But, you know, you don't have to be delusional and say, no, the platform is perfect. It never does anything wrong. Nothing about the platform is influencing my sales. That's just not true. Mm-mm. So, but it's, you know, it swings completely the opposite direction if you say, well, everything is the platform's fault. And no matter what I do, the platform has ultimate control over what happens.
Yeah.
That's also not true. And so
yeah.
I think it's helpful, even if there is like a big thing that happens, right? Mm-hmm. Your business is a thing that exists. Like, yes, it uses platforms, you know, one or more platforms to run, but it exists outside of the platform too. And so even if something happens with the platform and there's like a definitive problem on the platform, you still have control over where you're selling, how you're responding to that problem, how you're advocating for yourself, you know, and how you're operating the business. Like, the platform is a huge part of it, but your platform does not operate your business. You do.
Yeah.
So sure, sometimes there is a chunk of responsibility that should be assigned to that platform, to every platform, right? It's a partnership, but it's not to say that the platform is totally at fault or 100% responsible, in other words, for what's going on in your business.
Yeah, this is where I go extreme ownership and say
radical responsibility.
It's your fault. Because, again, I wish all platforms have metrics like eBay does. Mm-hmm. Because here's what I say. Go to your performance. eBay will tell you. Go to your traffic. Go to your impressions. Compared to the prior 90 days. This is how attractive your items are. Mm-hmm. Because traffic will only happen if there's products. And who controls the products? Us. Who buys, right? That's why you gotta quit buying the crappy stuff that don't bring traffic. So again, I go analytical on this. Unless my traffic is going down, and I can truly and confidently say I've been replenishing the same amount of quantity of items and quality of items, then my traffic shouldn't drop drastically. The issue is people fall in love with, you know, let's say I'm a new buyer. Let's just say I jump to a new platform. I take 1,000 of my best items, and then after 90 days, you know, I sell some, and then my traffic starts going lower. You know what happened? The cream of the crop got bought. And then now you're left with the average and lower tier products.
Yep.
That's why I say, you know, it's never about you got to quit looking at your products as items. You got to look at it the quality. Because I can tell you right now, every store has a gold, silver, and bronze type of product.
Yeah.
And that's what me and Glenn's been talking about before. Like, you got your golds. The golds will always bring eyes. They're shiny object. They're hype. They're on trend. You got the silver. The silver is like great value. It's still a jewelry. It still shines. It still holds value. Then you got the bronze. Bronze is utilitarian. It's not. It's utility, right? Like
Functional.
We need bronze. Yeah, we need copper. We need those for conductive materials, but nobody's gonna desire for bronze as their wedding ring. Desire for bronze as their gift to themselves kind of chain. Unless they're really just into the color, but of value, it's not. So that's why I tell people, when you start seeing a dip in traffic, and because it will translate to a dip in sales, audit your store and see what quality and what percentage of quality your store carries. Because I could tell you right now, the only way it dips down is you haven't replenished your gold. You haven't replenished your silver. For example, like a lot of people, when they only do buying quarterly, it's going to taper down.
Yeah.
Because
there's probably a natural cycle there.
There always is. Right?
I feel like even on a monthly basis there is. Even as with a batch of things that I list, it's like the best stuff, of course, is going to sell the fastest.
Yeah, they're going to bring in the most traffic, right? Yeah. And you look at your listing report. Yeah. There's products that bring hundreds of traffic, and there's products that bring 10.
Well, and it also gets into your pricing strategy a little bit too, because if you've got a bunch of silver that's priced like gold, it's not going to sell as fast.
Yeah. Yeah, and the next thing you know, you go to the next month, your gold's gone because it was the same price as silver, and then now you're asking your silver to perform like gold. Not gonna happen, Holmes.
Right.
That's what I tell people. It's like, oh, I've noticed the last 3 months. It's like, if you all you gotta do is look at your solds the last month, and look at your newly listed.
Yeah.
Is it comparable? And if it's not, don't expect for a gain.
There you go.
There you have it. You gotta quit it.
All right, quitters. I'm gonna run us through. We'll run down these 10 things you gotta quit.
Let's do it.
And then I'm gonna give you a bonus that I personally have also quit. Okay. Here's the top 10 things we're quitting as resellers. We're gonna quit caring what other people think at the checkout. We're gonna quit buying stuff just because it's cheap. We're gonna quit buying stuff because it's a certain brand. We're gonna quit overcomplicating it. We're gonna quit doing it the hard way. We're also going to quit nickel and diming every inventory purchase and focus more on ASP and average cost of goods. We're going to quit hanging our hats on the number of items listed, and instead we're going to care about listed value more. We're going to quit working 24/7 after 7 years. No, we're going to quit working 24/7. Yeah. We're also going to quit comparing ourselves or our stores to others and save the comps for the inventory purchasing. And we're going to quit blaming the platform. Okay, Ken, and here's the last thing I am going to quit, and that is hearing you yell at me in my head every time I use more than 2 lengths of tape when I'm putting a box together. I actually love that you brought up your 3 colors of tape, because I really do want to do that, but I'm also like, I always think about that and JC telling me how you would be like, you're wasting tape.
Right, like I literally like one on the bottom and one on the top, and the goal is, as long as the top tape is touching the bottom tape, they're pretty secured.
Yes.
They won't peel out. Trust me.
Yeah.
After 25,000 units sold.
That's the key, is get the tape on the tape, get it all the way around to the other tape.
That's the goal. Yeah,
and you're good.
Yeah, 1 ply all the way around. That's
ply.
It. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it only works on tape, not on toilet paper.
Yeah. We're not giving advice about toilet paper. This is not that kind of podcast.
Yep. So,
my gosh.
This is great topic, Anna.
Thanks. I was doing my best Glenn impression.
Definitely a worthy hustler hack style.
Yes.
Hitting the nail. Hitting the
nail on the head?
Okay. How do you say it?
Hitting the nail on the head.
That's what he says?
That's what you should say.
That's what I should say.
You hit the nail on the head. That's what you're trying to say.
What I'm trying to say is nail this to your head.
Oh, that's a different thing.
Right.
Nail it to your forehead.
Nail it to your forehead.
I think that's the one.
That we're quitting all this list. Yeah. So I'm thinking like this is an ad paper of things you need to quit, like a grocery list.
Hang this up in your shipping
nail
station.
it in your head.
Or nail it to your forehead. Whatever you want to do.
So there you have it. Again, huge shout out to Seller Ledger. You gotta quit doing things manually.
Quit doing it the hard way.
Quit doing it the hard way and get
Yep.
software to help you with your bookkeeping.
For real.
Try
though.
out Seller Ledger. Make sure you follow him on Instagram at Seller Ledger as well. And we will see you in the next episode. Peace.
But wait, Ken. We might see them at the Spring Seller check-in.
We will see you then at Spring Seller Check-in on eBay because me and Anna will be part of it. And to give you a teaser, we are going to have a networking session. So if you want to hang out with us and chat, we are going to have a networking session. And this will be on May 28th, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So do the conversion yourselves.
Yes. Times
Central,
on math.
2 to 4. Mountain, 1 to 3. Pacific, 12 to 2.
Perfect.
Did I get it?
You got it.
Perfect.
I wasn't
Right.
going to do the math.
Yeah, so make sure you register. We're going to drop the link below. And we will see you then. All the details are already there. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, hey. Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Used to worry what they might say. Standing in that checkout line all day. Now I smile and keep it moving on. Can't build a future looking over your shoulder long. Yeah. Used to buy just because it's cheap. Filled up shelves, stacked way too deep.